Welcome to episode 2. Again, this was supposed to be the third episode, to be honest, but the second one that I recorded was pretty rubbish, so I scrapped it. All I did was get wood and build a wall. In this one, I will be making a pond, constructing an apothecary, and that's it. There is a bit more, but I'm splitting like the whole sort of recording session into two because it's quite long. I mean, even this is 20 minutes long already. And there's still a few more hours worth of footage. But yeah, anyway. Starting with the terraforming as usual. The natural pond was a little too square for what I liked, for what I was going for. I wanted it to feel like more natural, you know what I mean? So I dig out a fairly large area, and then, use stone, cobble, stone brick, a bit of diorite, and some tuff at the bottom just to make it darker. Obviously, eventually bone meal the lower part of it, make it, look like it's got some life in there as well. I forget, I also use some mossy cobble and stuff, so it doesn't look too bad. I have noticed I build a lot more, when realistically I should probably aim to complete the main goal of killing the ender dragon and the actual main goals of Minecraft before I mess around too much with detail. Because if I sort of die, then sort of wasted effort, you know what I mean? But as I say, it looks pretty nice at the end of it, so I'm not going to complain too much. I also wanted to use the replay mod for obvious reasons, because it looks better than just seeing my point of view while I'm doing it. However, it is a fabric mod, and I don't know how to use fabric. I assume it's the same as Forge. I'll look into it properly and stuff, but I'm having problems with Forge loading mods anyway. Above 16. It just crashes out for some reason. I know the reason. Java's been a knobhead, but I can't really fix the problem. So hopefully I won't have the same issue with fabric. But if I do, then I'll just have to try and deal with it as much as I can. However, I will make a backup and test it later. Alternatively, I'll just test it in a completely new world and we'll go from there. But as you can see there, I've just whacked a couple stone blocks in the middle of the pond to break up the shape a bit, and I don't know, I was just winging it, putting the wall underneath. Hopefully it makes some vague difference. Finally though, I'm at the end of the ramble. I have installed some data packs. I'm not sure if you'll see them in this bit. Doesn't look like you do, but I've got fast leaf decay in, and stone to stone or stone to slate or whatever it is. Just allows me to use the deep slate. I could put it in the stone cutter and make regular cobbled deep slate, so I could just use it for everything else, because I get a silk touch enchantment later on, and it's my better pickaxe. So disastrous really, but it is what it is. We move on. So as you can see, the pond is just an array of random blocks of a similar palette to make it look more detailed and actually forming type of thing. At least that's what I was going for anyway. And I added in the leaves and stuff to make it more, homey and battling a creeper here. But there you go. There's the bone meal. As you can see, the red and sort of red seagrass that's underneath, or watergrass, whatever it is. Breaks up the colour quite nicely, I think, so even more points for this texture pack. I actually love it. Don't worry, I do delete those 2 blocks in there, then they don't stay there for long. But yeah, as I say, I must admit, building decorations and custom trees and ponds and natural forming stuff is arguably one of my favourite pastimes. Even in Minecraft in general, just I do enjoy it a lot. A friend of mine, he likes building as well, to my understanding, but I don't know if he has the same sort of imagination, I want to say. He wouldn't do the whole leaves around the side of it and bone meal the water. He would probably just do stone and cobblestone, and that's it. He would turn it more squarish as well. But it's just one of those things you pick up, really. I don't know why I'm rambling about this, but before I build the apothecary, I actually build a bridge, which I think I'll be doing in a moment. Here's the enchantments real quick. So Unbreaking 3, and then I tell you about doing this. It takes me a while before I actually, do it. As you can see, efficiency, Unbreaking, and Silk Touch on my already ruined pickaxe. I was very upset with myself, but we move. Anyway, where am I now? I don't quite remember. What is going on? Yeah, I don't know why. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. So I'm just digging out some area for the bridge. And as you can see, I've built the path. I'm going to do a diagonal bridge. Now, you will notice that diagonal bridges are not my forte. And the reason I did it at an angle is because, obviously, just the way the natural world forms, I suppose. But the constant jumping that little gap and swimming was taking too long, and I didn't like it. If I'm being honest, it was annoying me. So I just built the bridge. It takes me a while. I'm not gonna lie. It takes me a long ass time. But I tried my best to mirror it on the other side so it looks as symmetrical as possible. But in the end, it doesn't really happen. So I just sort of place blocks and hope it looks acceptable. But you know. In other news, I'm just going to sort of ramble for a bit while we just watch the speed build of the shitty bridge. I've been watching The Mandalorian recently. I've already gone through 2 seasons in like a couple of days. So, yeah. It's easy to see I'm quite a fan of Star Wars, and I quite enjoy The Mandalorian with, what's his name, Pedro Pascal in it. It's very, very good. I noticed there was like a lot of drama a while back, I think it was like a year or two, to do with one of the lead actresses. She said some silly things really, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I've been a Star Wars fan since I was like 7 or 8. I love the development of both the films and the series. Although, to be honest, I haven't actually watched the newer films as I heard they were pretty bad. But I'll probably end up watching them after The Mandalorian's finished. But as I say, I want a lightsaber again. You know, everyone has that sort of like phase when they're a kid. If they're going to Star Wars, they're like, oh, I want a lightsaber me. But I'm an adult now, so I can just do that. You know, I don't have to ask anyone. It's like, oh, can you get me a lightsaber? I just buy it myself and it'll just show up in a couple of days, which is dangerous. You know, it's very dangerous. I'm glad I don't have like, you know, a stupid amount of money, because I just have a stupid amount of random tat in my house. But it is what it is. But I probably will end up getting one, you know, for like cosplayers and duels and stuff. Yeah, I want to get a nice one that I can bash it about and things like that. But we'll move on. Yeah, and as I say, like we're not moving on. I lied. The problem is like they're 100 quid. You know, 100 quid. That's a lot of money. And that's at their cheapest as well. You can get ones that can go all the way up to like £400 or £500 depending on like which film it's from and episode and whatever. I mean, I'm not that stupid to spend that amount of money, but I probably will spend like at least low 3 figures, maybe even mid 3 figures. That sounds like 500 quid. You know what I mean? Like maybe one pushing £200 potentially. We'll see what happens in life. But, I like, you know, it. I plan on getting Jedi Survivor as well. Speaking more on Star Wars. I want to stream it, though I'm not sure how well that'll go. I enjoy Souls games, or Soul-like games a lot, and Souls games. I bummed Elden Ring for days when it came out, and nearly got all of the achievements in it. I can't be arsed going back to it now. It's been so long since I played it, so yeah. But the first game for the Jedi one, Jedi Survivor, I want to say. I think it's that. No, that's the new one, isn't it? It's Fallen Order. That was Boyle. So I'm definitely going to get Survivor at some point. My friend Michael was streaming it himself, and he was raving about it, saying I should probably get it. But yeah, anyway, back to the bridge. As you can see, I'm putting leaves in at the moment to make it like, I don't know, used and like algae type of thing, or vines and stuff. Like, I don't know, I didn't want to use a typical rail, so I tried to make it look like as natural as possible, like a weeping willow type of thing, or leaves going down. I'm not sure why I put leaves underneath. I thought it would be, you know, look good. I don't dislike it. Definitely not bad, but it didn't look how I expected it to. You know, I wanted it to be like sort of seaweed coral type of thing, but I haven't found coral yet, so I would have used that instead, obviously, because it's in the game. But yeah, and as you can see, I used a dark oak polished slate palette. The leaves in there to bring in some colour and sort of connect it to the actual wall and the rest of the build and make it flow. not a lie, that took me over 40 minutes to make. It was pain. I don't do bridges, particularly ones of an angle, like they're very hard. So yeah. Well, as you can see, now we're making the apothecary, or the brewery, or whatever you want to call it. I start with a spruce slab floor, as I always have done, with a textured foundation. I've used some polished andesite here, just to bring in some like darker colour to it, you know, because I've gone into done a little bit of research, and a lot of the old Japanese style buildings and Asian style buildings use like a darker stone, I've noticed, for their foundations, and like a whiter ones for their sort of walls, just to bring in a contrast, but it is what it is. Let's see what else is there to chat about. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's the exact same design as the enchantment room. Like, it is essentially a carbon copy. The only difference is the position and a few of the blocks, but other than that, it's basically the same thing. Same stair layout, you know, it's all the same. You'll probably notice me looking over at the other building to get an idea of what I need to do to make it as symmetrical as possible. For little builds like this, I like them to be uniform and be the same with only a few differences, just so you can tell them apart if necessary. But I immediately get besieged when I wake up in the morning by some dirty pillagers who I don't know, want to steal my stuff or something. I don't really know. I didn't ask, didn't stick around. I made a fence, or rather, I used the fence as like a little block. Killed the creeper that was in the way, because if they shot a creeper and he blew up, then it would have been a real disaster. But I was besieged by one, stole his flag, and yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. I made it much more dramatic than it really was. It was just one dude. Did make some arrows and stuff, but now I have a bow. I don't know if I enchant that, to be honest. I can't quite remember, but here we are. I'm just going to skip forward a bit to when there's more of the apothecary done. Otherwise I'll be here all day. So, as you can see, the walls are up. I've used glass this time, so I thought, if it's going to be, you know, a potion shop, or that's not a shop, is it? You know, a potion brewing thing, then I feel glass would be more appropriate than fences, you know. It needs to be like air secure or something. Airtight, not air secure. I know my vocabulary. I don't remember if I removed those slabs or not, because quite honestly, looking at them now, I don't like it, so I might go back whenever I go back and change that. We shall see. Yeah, like I don't like them at the moment. Looking at them back, however, I think when I add the leaves and stuff, it doesn't look too bad. So we'll see. I can't remember. I mean, it's not like I was playing it earlier today, but I've got shit memory. It's my birthday today, to be honest. So like I've had other things on my mind. I'm getting old as fuck. You know, memory's not what it used to be. Where was I? Yeah, like the roof. Got the roof. Thankfully, it is the same as the last time, and it's not too difficult to do. On the larger scale, the roof can be a little different. You can have like more layers to it and stuff, but I'm not proficient enough in this style to know how to do that. So tutorial time, or rather it will be a tutorial time for me when I eventually get around to doing something like that. I want to build, actually that's the point, I've decided on like, not a mega base because I fuck doing that, I can't be asked, but I want to do a big sort of castle build, similar to the ones that I showed you last episode with the images and stuff like that. Just build another one of them, and have the storage underneath that, an automatic storage system, because you can store a lot of things in there, and it'll just be hunky-dory. Yeah, like there you go. That's the apothecary finished, I think. Was it? I can't remember. I mean, it's the outside of it done anyway. They got the top of the roof to do I? Add in some leaves in. Yeah. I mean, we get more leaves. We get more leaves in a minute. But yeah, I finished the roof for now. I realised what I was doing when I made up the first roof was I wasn't using blocks. We're using slabs, and it's just what a hassle, you know. But yeah, it goes much smoother than the last time. I'm not gonna lie, everything works out really well. Yeah, like, as you can see, working fine. I want to do 100 days of some mod pack some point soon. I want to get my friends as well involved, because it's always more fun with more people. I have to do less scripting, which is fantastic because it's less work for me because I'm a lazy bastard. But you know, it is what it is. I also want what you call it? I can't remember. Never mind. Moving on. This bit isn't scripted. I've gone off script, and this is what happens. I lose where I am. Where am I? Where's the script? Oh yeah, buttons. So if you don't know, you can put buttons down like this, and it prevents mobs spawning on there. And mobs don't spawn on bottom slabs. To my knowledge, this might change in like later updates and stuff, but to my current knowledge, they don't spawn on bottom slabs, and they don't spawn on buttons and not slabs, pressure plates and stuff like that. So you can spawn proof your base without using torches that way. Oh golly gosh. Yeah. Now what am I working on here? I think I'm going to work on the interior of things. As you can see, I put in just a little amethyst crystal. That's what I found. I remember now. I found an amethyst geode whilst I was digging for loads of diamonds and stuff like that. Make a little pretty pattern in the floor. Look out the window. And then I believe I work on the inside of it now. Oh my goodness. Talking too much, or talking a lot in like really quick sentences and stuff like that, makes me really tired. Or like, not tired in sort of, I need to take a nap, I need to go sleepy bye-byes. But like, makes me yawn a lot, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's very weird. It makes my life as a voice actor quite annoying, however, because, you know, I'll be reading lines and then just yawn my head off. In the middle of practice, or even the middle of a session, it's just a massive ball ache. But here we go. Sticking in some geodes and stuff like that, make it look magical or something, I don't know. For some reason I'll stick them there, and you know, it would probably look better if there was a few more in the roof, but ever since I built this, I haven't been back in. I'm not gonna lie to you, it makes very little difference to me. So yeah, like, I mean, that's basically it finished now, I think, isn't it? Yeah, putting some lights, prevent anything from spawning in here, a shelf, more barrels. Is that it? Oh no, I get a plant pot, don't I? Yeah, the last one. Put the only poppy I have in there as well. Lovely jubbly. Eat a steak. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, I tried to shear a pig, because I thought it was like, you know, like the mushrooms and stuff. It turns out it's just the texture pack, and I didn't know that, so that's just me looking like a potato. But yeah, I got leaves, that's what I was out for originally. Got some leaves. And as you can see, we've finished this. It doesn't look too bad now that I'm looking at it, which is probably why I haven't got rid of it yet. The slabs, I mean, with the leaves around it and stuff like that. Yeah, it doesn't look too shabby, I don't think. But I just had a few like extra tall ones, just for the consistency and, you know, break up the flatness of it, I suppose. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. This has just been me rambling on for what, 18 minutes. Near enough 19. See you later.